Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, guys. So we've done a pull session, a posterior session, a leg session, and today we're going to do a push session. I've actually got 2 push sessions a week, and they're split into one that's ever so slightly more shoulder dominant, and the other one is a little bit more chest focused. So today's is which one's today? Today's is the one that's more shoulder. No, it's more chest focused. I am on prep. Yeah, give me a break. Even though it is more chest focused, it does start with an incline. So the session at the moment is incline press, flat press, then a costal pec fly. So just a usual flat pec fly, and then it's lateral raises and a bit of arms. And with me being on prep, something that I've noticed, and actually I think I should have been doing this much sooner in order to make more progress, is I've massively reduced my volume in this session. And some people will hear some of the numbers for what I'm about to say for this session, and they'll think, fucking hell, that really is nothing. But I think because the frequency of twice a week, it's perfect for me. And if you follow me on Instagram and if you've been following my YouTube for a while, whilst progressive overload, whilst mechanical tension is a massive driver, one of the biggest drivers for building muscle, progressive overload comes in many different forms, right? And I think neurological drive, which is a skill that you can learn, some people will call it precision, some people will call it accuracy, some people will call it a mind-muscle connection. But ultimately, it's the ability, your innate ability to stimulate muscle through the way that you contract that muscle, right? And I think that's another way to create progressive overload. Now, I think my ability to do that is quite good. And I think it always has been quite good with certain muscles. And it's meant that I've not really needed to do nearly the amount of volume that I have done in the past. And actually, if I look at my entire bodybuilding journey over the last 4 or 5 years, every time I've reduced my volume further, I've made huge leaps forward in my physique. Now, in this moment in time, with me being on prep, this is purely about just retaining performance. This is about me holding on to the muscle and the strength that I have now. It's not about building tissue. However, that being said, how successfully I've been able to retain performance, retain strength, having since done this and actually make progress, which is the mental thing for me, is like I've seen myself get stronger on some lifts, even though I'm on 2,500 calories, even though I'm like digging in really fucking hard and 20k steps and clean, and I'm doing this and I'm still making progress. I'm still getting stronger like week to week. So that makes me think, well, what would be happening if I had double that amount of calories and drugs were more aligned with an off-season setup, and the stress through cardio and expenditure wasn't there, and I'm really like toying with the idea of actually keeping the volume this low as I move away from the prep, as I move back into the off season. Obviously I'd be inclined to increase the volume as well, but if I'm making progress and it isn't serving me, then I don't see why I would have to straight away. So I'll go over some of the volume now, and then you'll see me actually do the exercises when we get in the gym. But I do 1 set on an incline press, which is it's a Smith machine, incline Smith. I do 2 sets on a flat press, the flex flat press. Very, very good machine that. If you've got it, I would suggest you use it, but not many places have it. And then I do 1 set on a costal fly, and then I do a couple of sets on a lateral raise, and 2 sets a piece on the on bis and tris, and that's it. So really, 3 direct chest sets, 1 which is a bit more pec minor / front delt through the incline press, and then a little bit of lateral raising and a little bit of arms. It's so low, like it's fuck all. But like I said before, every time through my bodybuilding journey I've reduced my volume, I've noticed that I've got these big shifts in my physique and performance. And so I think my body's trying to tell me something, and I think I do have a very good ability to be able to create stimulus in this, that, you know, I have a good neurological drive without having to excessively push volume. And maybe that's been holding me back a little bit. But we'll find out, we'll see. You know, you've just got to try these things and see what happens and experiment. And if it doesn't come off the way that I'm expecting it to, then again, lesson learned, more information, go back to doing similar level of volume as I was doing before. So yeah, I'm about to pull up soon anyway, and we'll see you in there. You're kidding. All right, mate. Are you done? Amazing. Cheers, mate. That's worked out quite well. No, you're right, it's cool. For as good as Ultraflex is for all its equipment, and it is good, it's a great gym. I think it's weird, you go through phases with Ultraflex. It can be a bit love-hate, but tell you what, people do not look after the equipment. I think that's the thing with Ultraflex. The environment is heavily dictated by those who exist within it, and also those who, and also how people treat the equipment. And you only need to look around, and out of the 3 Smith machines that we've got, all very good Smith machines, only one of them works. That's not an environment thing, that's a members thing. It's funny because I was speaking to Drew the other day, and I've had a few people comment on this as well that have trained with me, whether it's been clients or like people have jumped in. I don't do a lot of warm-up sets at all. Like, I'd probably say I do 3 warm-up sets on my first exercise going into my top set, and then maybe 1, maximum 2 warm-up sets or feeder sets going into my top set of my other exercises. I'm not saying that everyone has to do this, but for me, I don't feel like, because I work through a decent range, my mobility is very good. It always has been. I think that maybe that's how I'm built. Maybe it's through playing sport as a young age. I've always been very active, but I've never felt like I've had to work through an active range of motion with the weight to start to get going. And in terms of like getting blood in the muscle, again, do you know what I was saying about, actually that makes sense. Like, you know, that neurological drive that I was talking about a minute ago? I feel like 1 set on this with a plate either side, and this is already starting to get very, very full and very pumped. I put another plate on and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm pretty much there. The only reason I do another one after that is because I just feel like it would be appropriate to touch 3 plates or 2.5 plates before I go into a top set. Like that just seems like a smart thing to do, but I don't feel like I necessarily need it. So again, and this is all intuitive for me. Like I don't just, I've not heard this from someone, or I've copied someone. I've just kind of got a feel for it over time. And I'm a massive advocate for that kind of stuff. Like, that's something that coaching can miss. And I think, I talk about this with my clients, and I try and express this when I'm talking about coaching and bodybuilding generally. A client coaching or coach-athlete relationship should never be a dictatorship. It should be a partnership. Ultimately, the decision is made by the coach, right? And I suppose that's where the dictatorship-y sort of essence of the relationship might come in, but the aim should be to communicate as effectively as possible with your individual ideas and methods, and talk about subjectivity of the athlete and then the method of the coach, and combine those things to make it as effective as possible. Harvey's just said that it's collaborative. In my opinion, a coach that tries to squeeze any athlete or client into a box, even though that method might work and even though they might get results, it's not designed for them. It's a box, and you've managed to squeeze them into it. And some people will squeeze into it much better than others, and they will get better results because of that. But ultimately, the more you collaborate, the more you communicate, the more the athlete is given permission to be intuitive around their experience as a bodybuilder, and then communicate that back to the coach without fear. Recipe for success. Yeah, nice. Happy with that. I think I'm going to do 3. Keep the same principles. That's it. Control, create drive, Good connection, and again, with me. Yep, come on. Nice. Good man. That's a good sign, actually. That's a very good sign that that you're pressing the right way. So, you know when people, they slow down and then they still keep going, or they get another and really it looks like they should have stopped. As soon as you hit a wall, that's like, a muscle fatiguing is a muscle fatiguing. It can either do or not. That's the reality. And if you are mega accurate with that muscle, if you are if you're exhausting that muscle, once it's gone, it's gone. And so when people are grinding out another 3 or 4 reps, usually it's not the muscle that muscle that they're using, or the level of precision with that muscle isn't the same. And that's a good indicator that actually training accuracy probably isn't as good as what it could be. That's it. Strength is going. That's it. Strength is starting to go. This is a heavier Smith than the one that I did that set on, but I'm like a good 3 reps down there. It was inevitable. It was going to happen at some point. You can't drop my calories by 2,000 in 2 weeks and not see some kind of dip in strength. All that bullshit about the lower volume and holding my strength. No, look, it's got to come at some point, right? Not ideal, but it is what it is. Right, I thought it'd be smart to take a 5 kilo drop on this, and aiming for yeah, between 8 and 12. Let's go. Yep, come on.
Yeah, come on.
Nice. Solid out. Oh. Set. I'll do it again. I was just saying to the boys then,
how much windstroll?
50. Straight in. So Louis put me on 50 windstroll and 20, I think it was 20 superdroll, just for today. Reason being is because I've had issues loading into a prep with orals with digestive issues in the past. But then me and Harvey were just saying the circumstances were so different. Like with my last prep with Nath, he had me on Anavar, Winstrol, Superdrol and Halo, and I was already like, and Tran, yeah, but I was already, I mean, you know, some people consider this standard, but I was already a bit compromised in terms of like my gut health, my stress levels. It was just not a good time and not a great, you know, not a great position to be in to be able to try and take to that amount of orals over that period of time. But so there's hesitancy for me there because I know how much it impacted me and how uncomfortable it made me. So said this to Louis, obviously we're competing in 3.5 weeks, and today we'll just trial the Winstrol and the Superdrol pre-workout. We'll do it today, not do it for legs tomorrow, and then do it again before pull. I'm a little bit annoyed because I think I've left it a little bit too late before I've gone and trained. I probably should have put it in an hour before I trained. So I don't know if I'm really going to see the benefit of this until probably after I've trained, but ultimately this is cosmetic, right? Like it would have been great to get some kind of performance buzz from it, but this is more about how my appearance and how I look off the back of taking it. So yeah, we'll see. We'll do some posing afterwards, see what the physique's saying, and see if there is a visual improvement there. Do you know what? I think that I might eat my words again here, but I think that incline set that I did earlier, you know, where I dropped nearly 3 reps, I think that was just a bum set, you know. I've got a feeling.
That's not like you.
I know. There's something's not. I've done that back offset there. I know I've dropped the 5s down, but I've done the back offset there, and I've gone and done 3 reps more than my back offset last week, and this feels very light. I could be bullshitting, but I've got a feeling that set for some reason was just off, and I don't know why.
We're locked in.
No, I think there's something not right. I've got to get 7 to match my reps from last week. On this.
Can have it.
8 inch.
Yeah. 1. I'll count you in. Wait. I'll count you in. 1, 2. Yeah.
Go on again.
Big rep.
Yeah. Come on. Get it through. Go on. Why don't you breathe out?
What's the lighting like?
Forward. A little bit more. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Forward again. That's sick.
Glutes are nearly starting to come through a bit.
Go on then. Show me something. Paramore in the background.
Yeah. I can feel that super draw. Well, I mean, you can see it. Because there's no way I should be full. Another set here, just the one. Again, I think this is going to prove whether or not that first set was just a bum set or not, because I'm going to do the same weight. I need 11 reps. If I can match that, I'm going to consider that first set just a dud. Don't know, weird. Different Smith machine. I reckon maybe I've set it up slightly differently. And they are heavier, by the way. They are heavier. I'm not making excuses. It feels like I'm making excuses, but I'm not. Fine. Cheers, mate. That's 11 plus 1, so I'm up. that first set was definitely some weird bum set. I don't know what the fuck's going on there. I'll have to watch the video back, but yeah, performance is held across the board except for that one working set. And that working set not reaching failure or the same numbers won't have had any meaningful impact on the rest of the session either. Like,
Ultimately, you train to failure.
yeah,
It doesn't make any difference.
yeah, it does exactly. I train to failure. I fatigue the muscle. If I'm weak, regardless of the mechanism of my training method. I'm clearly not, because I got 7 nearly +1. On this, I got 11 +1.
You already got less reps on everything.
On everything, yeah. So that's actually made me a lot happier, because I am a little bit tied to the numbers. It put me in a bad mood that first set. Hi kiddo. Hi guys. How are you doing?
Lots last time I saw you.
Jesus Christ.
Good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good.
Hey, when the last time?
We've met before.
What are you training today?
Push.
How's it going? Pushing.
Yeah, pushing. Throw 50 milligram of Winstrol and Superdrol in first time in 3 years that I've done any orals. So yeah. Mate, there's just no way I should be looking like this on 2,500 calories. So like this is definitely drugs.
Yeah.
But
Did you drop more after the 1.8 kilo drop? So you dropped more after that? Yeah, that was coming, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it weren't dropping, and now it's like the snowball
it's
effect.
flying, mate. But the thing is like I said to Louis, while I've got the energy to and the inclination, and I feel like I'm managing it, and performance is holding.
Yeah, man. I didn't realise you were recording.
Is I'm like, let's roll with it, and then if performance really starts to die off and I really need feeding up, then at least we're kind of ahead. Like, do you know what I mean? I'd rather push now and then feed up if we need, as opposed to be like chilling on the way down and then be like, oh no, we need to go harder leading into the show.
Especially on your physique as well, mate. If you push like later on down the line, bringing you out of that hole to fill you. That's like last time.
Yeah, I know.
I couldn't fill.
I know.
So mate, much better do it now, and then like keep the fire and keep pushing out, and then with the high days, like you can gather data and tempo.
Mate, we've got 3.5 weeks, so
Ages, man.
yeah.
I remember when I first started coaching, like 3.5 weeks. Oh my god, that's like, bro, it's
So it is so much time.
long, mate.
Especially, I think, you know, when you're a little bit more experienced and you're, as a coach and as an athlete, you kind of, how you communicate what you need to do, and you know, you get a feel for things. And I said to Louis, we've been saying for the last 2.5 weeks, like, we'll make it work. Like, and every week, like, weight's not coming down, and another week goes by, and we're like, we'll make it work. And then another half week, and I'm like, are we going to make this work, or like, Louis like, calm down. I'm like, I'm calm. We've not lost any weight in 2 weeks. But no, it's good, mate. Finally started moving, and
Just keeps coming off now.
if I get down to 116, which is still
Is that 3 kilos up?
that, no, I'm
You're 118, weren't you, the other day?
no, that was before. That's when I dieted before. My newest low is 121. Sorry, this morning I was 120.5. So if I can, and my cap's 117.5, so I need to lose 3 kilos from now for the cap.
1.8 kilos, didn't you?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
where I got it
Not
confused.
118. Yeah. And if I can get down to 116, that will be me 10 kilos up from last time I competed,
Easy.
and I'll be leaner.
Yeah, easy.
So I'll be quite happy with that.
£18 to tissue, mate.
I know, man.
And more, because you're leaner.
Yeah, and yeah, that's the thing, and leaner, and also my frame. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't go on. It goes everywhere I want it to go.
I know.
Like I'm
I feel you.
sculpting it.
I feel you, mate. You have the same structures.
Identical. You wouldn't be able to tell us apart. Mate, I'm going to finish my session off, and I will catch you before we're done. Do you want to? When I'll do a bit of posing in like 20-30 minutes. Yeah? Sammy. He's a good lad, Tom. Growing from that point, better, more efficient.
I got to about 78, 77 kilos.
I think you can do that again and look better.
Yeah.
Why don't you? That's the aim. 78. Get locked in after this weekend. Like, have a fucking serious word with yourself and actually get locked in and start putting everything together. Like, start coming in here with the goal of getting down to 78. Start putting your meals together in the goal of getting to 78. And then from there, you can start transitioning back up again. Then you can start titrating drugs up. Like, drugs are low at the moment. That's the point when you're dieting. You don't need them. Like, realistically, you don't need loads of drugs to hold on to tissue. So it's just keep that low, get lean, and then coming out of this, that's when you start, titrating things up. And sensibly as well, because you're an old man and, you might die in the next 10 years.
Stop hating you then.
Tune. I can't wait for peak week. Can't wait for some changes. Get me all dry and full. And like, this is what I'm looking like now, three and a half weeks out, with no real prep, no feeding. It's mental that like the fullness that I feel like I've got now on 2,500 calories is crazy. I've never known anything like it, and I think, like, please, right? When it comes to my advice that I give online and YouTube, I really try and be really objective, but I also try not to put my own personal shit on stuff. I try and say, this is my opinion, right? And so try it, it's my opinion, there's no best way. This is a matter of fact, and I don't care what anyone says. This isn't my opinion, it's the truth. A stress-free physique, a stress-free body, a stress-free mind is a responsive body, right? The more stressed you are, there is just no way in hell I would have been able to look like this at any stage within the last 8 to 10 weeks of my prep 3 years ago. No way. It just wouldn't have it. There was no amount of food or drugs that would get me to look like this. To say that I look like this now on the little amount of food that I'm on now, and in comparison, the little amount of drugs, like I'm on half the amount of drugs now than I was 3 years ago, is insane. And it's just because I'm stress-free. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. My body's in such a nice spot. Like, I get to do what I love. I'm so appreciative of that. My mindset is in such a nice place. I get to do this with the people that I love, and I fucking enjoy being around them. I get to share all of this with my younger brothers, and my body's just responding so fucking well. And if something doesn't feel right, if something doesn't quite make sense when it comes to your physique and drugs and the response you're expecting, I would put cortisol and stress at the forefront of probably one of the main reasons as to why that's not working the way that you're thinking it is. It's everything. It's absolutely everything. And I think I am a very good example of that, because I'm particularly sensitive to it as well, I think. So yeah, really just, if there's one piece of advice that you listen to from me and you take it as actual gospel, it's that.
Can you suck each other up when you get up?
You're just jealous that you've not got a brother like mine. It is bigger.
Just looks more isolated. Doing some prime gym skin on the other arm.
Hey?
So you're doing some prime gym skin.
Well, what's that? Oh, right. Yep. And that's it, just the one set. Because I'm, again, low volume, but because I'm training, I do biceps 3 times a week. So on both my push sessions and on a pull day. And this is just the top up, so I only do 1 set. In my off season I'll do 2, but today just 1. Right, that's us doing, we're gonna do a bit of posing. Grab all my shit. Boys, it's a pleasure as always. You guys are in for upper tomorrow morning. You're not coming in? Me and you should do legs. Me and you should do legs together tomorrow. No, so I'm joking.
Amazing. As long as you're...
I was already happy. I was already pretty.
Huh? Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Like, nobody realised like the shit that we've had over the last couple of days, especially, it's like we're going to get better and better. We'll see, it's our first rest day.
Yeah.
We'll see how the body shifts.
Yeah.
But I think, like I said, like the change when you record the drop in stress and all crazy.
And my only thing, I think I can tell you, but I'm working on another one Saturday and Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
So I leave tomorrow at 4 and I'm back on.
You want some stills?
Mate, hey, if you're keen.
And that's the only thing is on a Friday, Saturday, I go to bed in the morning. That's what I'm doing. It's never effective to try it, so I might just get like 7.
Loads more to come off.
I don't set the alarm up recently, I'm just but obviously Sunday's a rest day.
I think Saturday will be your last. Depending on how I respond to today,
I've been once down there.
but then do yours.
Yeah, so that's the only change in our week.
You want some drops in there? Yeah, like I say, there's a couple of things. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
It's tiny, isn't it?
Did I see you 6 weeks ago?
No, I don't think it was 6, but I wasn't posing it. Oh, it was maybe more than that, maybe 10.
What's your car?
117.9.
Oh, okay. Look at that. That is absolutely retarded. Look at that thing. What the fuck is that?
Tag me in that, yeah.
Now, I think 118, 117. You obviously get down to 117 like through manipulation of food.
Yeah.
Have you got GH in or not?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, I reckon you keep that in and obviously just.
I want to keep it in. It helps me sleep at the moment as well, man.
Like,
Time did you go to bed last night?
7:30. No, I was asleep.
Yeah, I mean when you woke up.
What time did I get up?
Yeah.
4:45.
No, so you went back to bed at 4:45.
No way. What?
You woke up at like 1.
Oh yeah, I woke up at 1. Why, did you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I went for a brew, didn't I? I went downstairs, man. I made myself a top of decaf and I put fucking YouTube sleep music on. I couldn't fucking sleep.
teacup. Yeah, I bought that.
Sound. Right. I'm happy with that. To be honest, I just feel like water. Growth hormone, pull the growth out. Probably drop my estrogen a touch. A bit of water manipulation. Obviously, maybe a little bit more weight to lose, a couple of pounds. I reckon I'll be able to get into 117. The 117s quite comfortably. Just need to, just need to keep digging. Like there is fat. Like classic physique it's about that insane.
You pumped.
Yeah, it's insane level of condition, and you're a walking fucking. You're.
That just your midsection. Your midsection isn't
But
isn't max lean.
No, it isn't. But that's water. Honestly, it really like that's 10 IU of growth hormone. That'll do. That's what that'll do. As soon as I pull that, that'll just wash off. This needs to come in. It needs to be much drier, and then it's same through the hamstring. It needs to just be really dry. But it'll come. There's definitely fat to come off around here. I think this is pretty good at the moment. That'll be water, and then we'll go from there.
Doing alright.
Not bad. Not bad. Right, get me home.
Signing off.
Signing off. Right, yeah, that's a good point. Stay tuned. I'm going to just keep pinging these out. I'm doing about 3 a week, me, Harvey and Harry. And I think the next one's going to be another day in the life of. Louis made some changes which I've not sort of gone over yet. So I'll do that over the weekend and then probably get that posted early next week. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment, anything you guys want to see, anything you're interested in that I might not have already covered. And I'll get to it. Much love. Catch you in a bit.